Okay. And that's definitely what the book is. It's an experience of a person who lost their son,
Yeah.
and they're writing about it.
Yes, yes, yes.
And they invite you on that road.
Absolutely, man.
Now, it's a road. It's a journey. And about the first 4 chapters or so, it's civil. It's painful.
It is, yeah.
It's difficult, but it's civil. And then something happens at about chapter 5 and 6 when it's like you made a right turn down a very dark alley. And I think you were getting to the point where I think something hit you. I think maybe when you were writing and you started to ask questions and started to feel things that you started speaking about very vividly. So basically, what I said over here in chapter 5 and 6, in this chapter, you speak about what I call the banality of death, or the meaninglessness of death when it comes to trying to explain and make sense of it. So you speak about how death can come for us at any time, at any place. You speak about how death is never logical or fair. This is the part where you start talking about the agent of death thing, onwards from there. So in our minds, we may have the idea that death is logical. You know, I'm gonna take that person rather than that person. But by the end of it, you say, you know, if it's a family of 5 and 4 of them are gonna go this afternoon, they're gonna go.
Absolutely.
And you can't stop it. Could you tell me about your state of mind when you were going through these chapters, when you're talking about death and confronting it or him? I don't know. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think as you were asking that question, I was busy thinking about something, you know. So, could you please paraphrase that question? Because
Okay.
I want to make sure that I answer you correctly.
That's fine. You speak about the meaningless of death.
Yes,
like
yes.
when someone dies, we want a reason to be able to explain
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It happened because of this.
Yeah.
This was the cause. That's why that
Absolutely,
person has passed
absolutely,
away. Some
yeah.
people say it's God. Some people say it's the devil.
Yeah.
And especially in your case, it was most difficult because there wasn't a medical cause.
Absolutely.
And so trying to explain it seems to take a person down a slippery slope.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the harder you fight, the more it sucks you in.
Yeah.
It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
And you started writing about that.
Yeah.
You started writing about how you can't explain it.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, I think one of the reasons I had to write that chapter, again, I think it comes back to what we've already covered, that you don't know, so you can't really say, you know, some may say he died in his sleep. This was so peaceful. It came from God, you know. Some will say he died in a car accident, you know, that was the devil, you know. So again, it's that thing that I was trying to say, that with death, you know, in our minds, the way, you know, there's this conceived opinions that we have, that just because I lost my father last week, it means my mom's gonna be with me for quite some time, you know. That's how we reason with that okay, just because this week we lost somebody in this community, then in a few months' time it will be happening in other communities. It doesn't work like that, but somehow that is how we think of it, you know. So, you know, I'm just trying to paint the picture that this thing is so, it doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm even saying that if we could befriend this guy, you know, we could strike a deal with him. Should he happen to come, should he happen to want to come and take somebody, we will then negotiate with him and say, please, don't take my child, rather take me, you know. So, but it doesn't happen like that, you know. Whoever, you know, and man, I want to tiptoe around this because I don't want to mess with theological arguments and all that. It's not the point. But what I'm saying is, it's so hard to understand, to a point that a person can finish their studies, you know, and they get a job. Before they go to start, then they die, you know.
Yeah.
To you, it'd be like, okay, that will give them time to, you know, to enjoy life.
Yeah.
You know, people go and get married today, and they're like, wow, God is going to bless them with years.
And then
the following day, or even that afternoon, they die. You tell me why?
Why?
You know, yeah.
And the search for that answer can take a person down places where
Absolutely.
are very difficult and dark
Absolutely, yeah.
and ultimately angry as well.
Yeah.
But it's a necessary process as well, because that's exactly what you went through.
Yes.